Trash, trash, trash! That's all I kept hearing when I was testing out the Fury class Interceptor yesterday. We finally unlocked the Fury class Interceptor, and I think some people had the wrong expectations. But we have the Leviathan coming probably soon. That's gonna change everything. But even until then, I'm gonna show you can still do some useful things like take out Profundity without biting into other important lineups. So if you're curious to learn more about this ship, let's take a deeper dive into the Sith Imperial archives and show you what the ship can already do. So until we get the Leviathan, which is going to make so much more happen, the biggest thing I'm noticing that this ship can do is it makes the Sith Marauder, Sith Bomber an absolute MVP, and the durability on this team is absolutely nuts. I don't quite think we're ready for a full Sith Empire lineup to do some amazing stuff. You kind of need to dip into some of the Empire reserves and borrow things like Palpatine or Interceptor to really start making stuff happen. What I want to show you right now is the ways to use this Fury class Interceptor. If you're waiting to get the brand new Leviathan, whatever point in life that might be, you can definitely use this ship. In the meantime, we already know that the bomber, Tarkin, Palpatine is a counter to Profundity, but generally it's kind of tough finding the right units that can take the initial bombardment. People throw in Vader, I've thrown in TIE Defender, Scimitar used to also work. Surviving the initial bombardment is a problem. With the Fury class Interceptor and the Extinction class Bomber, that is not an issue at all. This is one of the most durable tanks I've seen in fleets, almost kind of rivals Houndstooth. And this is great because it saves you Vader, TIE Interceptor. You really don't need the Grand Inquisitor ship, you just need the bomber. So let me show you what this looks like, and then I'll show you what a full Sith Empire lineup looks like if you're really keen on only using Sith Empire. I was able to do some things like beat Malevolences, but if you want to beat these big ticket items right now, you kind of need to put it into already existing lineups. So watch this. Opening play, they have to go after the B-28 bomber because the Fury class Interceptor forces the taunt on him, and it just eats up the hits. And the great thing is, aside from the durability, with the stable bulwark and the reinforced the determination, once this thing goes to 1% health, it goes straight back to 100% health. So it's nuts. It's kind of like a Razor Crest reinforced hull type of situation. So we're just going to drop a basic on the Y-Wing. Again, essentially it's the same counter as before. Nothing too new in regards to Tarkin versus this lineup. The difference is now we have a pretty formidable way of surviving. So what I like to use right now is I like to use heavy seeker missiles. It's a good way of getting health and recovery and protection recovery. I think this is going to be a lot better once we get a Leviathan. The damage is pretty pitiful right now, but 20% health protection doubled for Sith Empire isn't all that bad. So let's go ahead, pop it, and there we go. We got some health recovery, got some protection recovery, and then we're going to take a bit of a beating. But again, once he goes down to 1% health, he's going to bounce back to 100%. Look, boom, 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 boom. This thing is still eating up the hits. And you know, once you call in the Imperial Bomber, it's pretty much game over for the Profundity fleet, which is great. We're just going to drop that basic over there, and I'm going to just see if we can pop a big hit. Rebel Y-Wing is gone. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna just do this a swarm attack. The problem is that I'm noticing right now is that all these debuffs that we try to apply, they kind of get cleansed right away. So let's go ahead. We're just gonna do the swarm attack. And all my lovely debuffs like suspense, it just goes away. It looks like my bomber's about to go away, but boom, look. Bounce back to 100% health. It's about to drop the Protect Disruption, and we're looking good. Let's go ahead and get some offense up on the team. We're just gonna drop a basic over here. Boom, gone. Bomber coming in with the AoE buff this spell. Boom, wrecked. It's amazing. This is an amazing lineup, and this is going to be actually usable, and it's not biting into an existing counter. Look at that. It would have been dead. Boom. It saved itself. It's back to 100% health. So we're going to do some health protection recovery. Hit Dash Rendar. Only 10,000 damage is kind of a little lame. Now, at this point, you really don't need the Grand Inquisitor. You know, I'm just going to keep moving without the Grand Inquisitor just to show you don't need it. We're going to just drop an AoE for right now. Look at that suspense. Stayed on. Now it's gone. Also, the B-28's concussion mines do wonders on this fleet. Let's just go ahead and drop a basic over there. And we're going to drop a basic over here. So for me personally, this, assuming CG's okay with this, you know, our last conquest ship, the Grand Inquisitor ship, did something similar, made this battle a lot easier, and they decided they didn't like it, and they nerfed it. This is fantastic. This is absolutely golden. Let's go ahead and just pop that ship out, and that's kind of it. We didn't lose a single ship. We got to go through another ship, which isn't a big issue. This is going to be a great use out of the Fury class Interceptor B-28 Extinction Bomber. And instead of stealing stuff, it's freeing up resources to bolster your Chimera with your TIE Defender potentially. We'll push a little further since we have the Ghost here just to play with our food. And there we go. Let's put it in airplane mode. All right, dropping it in airplane mode. Death from above coming. There you go, my friends. This is gonna be amazing for the temporary use, and at the minimum, you're seeing the power of what the Fury class Interceptor with some of the Sith lineups can do right now before the Leviathan even comes into the game. So Profundity, I think, is gonna be no issue moving forward. The Fury class Interceptor, for me, that's gonna be my go-to counter to make that extremely simple. You could do some stuff up against the Executor, but again, the issue is here. Now you're gonna be pulling away components that are useful for Tarkin to beat up the Profundity. Like we just said, you're gonna be needing Palpatine. You might need the Interceptor, the TIE Interceptor, that is. So let's go ahead and showcase this. This is probably something I'm not gonna utilize for the Executor. I already have my Chimera dialed in with the TIE Defender, so I think this is massively overkill to throw this. I'd rather use this to easily dunk on the Profundity, but nonetheless, in case you're curious, I just want to show the sheer amount of durability this fleet has. You're going to need to start off with that Fury class Interceptor and the Bomber, because look, this guy just ate up a swarm and didn't even flinch, which is pretty nutty. Let's go drop a target lock over there. We're bringing out Vader just so we could try to get ourselves the opportunity to bring out the TIE Interceptor if we wanted to. So we got that fast reinforcement here. The biggest issue is that I'm noticing, although we have a very durable tank, the Houndstooth is probably a little bit more durable right now, and it's hard to get around them. So I'm going to go for right now. We're going to go out, bring it the TIE Interceptor for right now. Get that fast reinforcement. Let's see if we can go try to get on the Cad Bane, and then eventually we're going to get stuck behind the Houndstooth. We're going to have to hope Palpatine can get out here and help us out. But now we can get the concussion mines out there. That should slow them down. We're going to go heal up our Sith Lords. And actually, what I'm going to do here instead is I'm going to just call an assist. So let's see if we can get some big hits on this guy. There we go. Nice big hits. Now the great thing is I could do this little buff the spell, get the ability block, and look at that. Looks pretty good, right? And now we can go over here and let's see if we, I'm just gonna do a basic for right now, and soon that Xanadu Blood should be gone. They're gonna call in a reinforcement, likely Boba Fett, and I'm hoping that Cad Bane should be good as gone. There we go. Not bad. Now probably what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for Palpatine so we can get around this mess now. So let's go ahead and heal up our ships. Again, remember, this ship still has like a savior mechanic, so we're kind of good right now. And let's just do this right now. All right, we're gonna get counterattack a little annoying, but luckily there's Mark on them. Get target lock, then get it. They have that on them. All right, that's gotta be careful. Ooh. A little painful. It's fine. You know what? Let's just keep, I'm just gonna do a basic here. No need to give Terminator. He doesn't have days on him right now. Okay. Let me see if we can try to heal up our ships. Let's just go pop a hit on it. There we go. Look at it. We just did a massive heal right there. Pretty gnarly. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to call in the Palpmobile. Try to make sure we can control this ship here. We're going to pop this. I'm actually going to fix up my Vader, I think, here. That's fine. We got the buffs off. I'm going to see if we can just do a basic right there. Nice basic here. That's fine. That girl already did her job, so she's all good in the hood. All right, they're going to call in their last reinforcement, IG-88 likely at this point. But look at the ship. It still hasn't activated. It's a stable bulwark, which is nuts. All right, we're going to hit this insta-kill, and we're going to fix up this. Boom! And at this point, I'm going to just, let's just get rid of this foresight and then pop that hit. Boom. Got the taunt up. He's gone. So again, there are going to be ways to utilize it, but it's really leaning into what the Empire is already capable of. So that's going to be the only downside, but it's good. You can still utilize it to some extent. So I just don't think I'd do this because this is really eating up a lot of precious resources, but I just want to show that you can do things. I just don't think we're quite ready for a full Sith Empire lineup with no Palpatine, no Vader, no Interceptor, yada, 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 doing all this amazing. Oh my gosh, can we finish off the ship here? But look at this. We didn't lose. Oh my gosh. Are we gonna there we go. Thank you. Holy cow. 40,000 from that is not bad. Heal up. We didn't lose a single ship against Profundity, nor did we lose a single one up against this fleet. Boom. Look at, we're leaving with almost max banners on our Sith here, which is pretty nuts. And we got our insta kill. But at this point, they don't have anything else that they can truthfully do. All right, now we got some extra reinforcements. All right. Anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. Can we get rid of this guy? All right, there we go. A little messy towards the end. Probably could have worked a little faster. I think this is definitely an expensive Executor counter, but I just want to show you that, yeah, if you're expecting a full Sith Empire lineup to dominate, I think your expectations were a little out of whack. You got to remember how it was like when the Razor Crest came to the game. It was a decent ship that you can utilize. It wasn't like transforming anything. And of course, once we got to the Leviathan, then the bounty hunters were kind of a really big deal ticket at that point. And if you aren't curious about what a full Sith Empire lineup looks right now, I'm going to show you a few battles against Negotiator and the Malevolence here at the very tail end from our testing. Up against the Malevolence, I was actually quite surprised. My full Sith Empire lineup was able to handle it fine, although I did have to utilize one of the Empire capital ships, and that might not be something completely feasible because you'd want to use them for your other Empire fleets, and chances are more of you guys have an Empire fleet than a Sith Empire fleet at this point, so I don't see many people utilizing it, but just goes to show that even right now, a Sith Empire lineup is totally feasible if you want to go up against Malevolence. Oddly enough, the most complicated lineup for a full Sith Empire lineup, which blew my mind, was up against Negotiator. The combination of Anakin doing his buff immunity, then the BLT sandwich coming up to buff this spell, left the B-28 Extinction Bomber, probably the biggest highlight we have right now, completely vulnerable, left out in the open, no taunt, and they're able to navigate to the Fury class and any other ship that was on the field. So oddly enough, had a bit of a struggle, but right now, if you're trying to utilize this Fury class Interceptor, you're maybe one of those people who are trash, just know you have ways of utilizing it right now. Even if you aren't convinced, even after some of the gameplay I showed you against both Profundity and the Executor, I feel confident at the minimum. You're seeing at the minimum the sheer amount of durability this fleet already has because of Fury class, because of the B-28, and it's only going to get better once we get a massive kit that's tied to the Sith Empire, a lot of other bonuses, abilities, maybe there's going to be some mechanics we don't quite know, and on top of that, don't forget that there's still this Mark 6 Interceptor, which has an insta-kill on a basic, but you can't use it until you get 40 stacks and there's a Sith Empire capital ship. And that right there is nuts on top of what we're already seeing. And there's a lot of other things that are calling out Sith Empire capital ships that we just can't utilize yet. So don't worry, the ship is usable. I am the one who can call things trash. I do not give the Fury class Interceptor the label of trash. Very usable. And at least at the minimum now, it made the efficiency of taking a Profundity and the Executor a lot easier because now it saves all those resources that you might want to use for countering Executor. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Are you sold that this is a usable ship in the meantime? Are you feeling optimistic that the Leviathan really is going to come crushing down on the fleet meta? All I know is that there are a lot more better things in the future for this fleet, and we're just scratching the surface. Leave that like, comment down below, subscribe so you're not missing a thing, and always remember how it's great to be in the Empire today.
The sun never sets. We dominate.